Sitting with Ashley. I'm Ashley. Alright, this is a follow-up to my other Wig Bacon Week, my product prep. I'm currently cutting. I've only done 3 pages, and I only have this many. So I have a lot of scraps, and not every time I cut and do paperwork do I save my scraps, but this time I am. I just decided to, because I just took this first batch to go throw away, and I'm like, no, wait. Because I'm going to be doing a paper making workshop later this year for one of the monthly workshops. I don't know which month yet, but I will need paper to turn into pulp. I just talked to the library not too long ago, and they don't really have newspapers anymore. So I really need to, I do have cut up like ads in newspapers in the shed, but that's going to be quite an activity to get to. So I am deciding to just rip these up. When you make paper and you make paper pulp, you let this soak in water, and then you blend it into a pulp, and then you put it into a larger container with more water, and then you sift it. I already have the paper screens, and it is something I've been wanting to do for a while. So I'm saving this. So I just wanted to get on here and talk a little bit about recycling and sustainability. And again, I don't do this every time I work with paper, but today I was like, oh, let's be very intentional, because I bought this paper for my printer and I don't want to throw it away. There's a lot of space that I'm cutting on all of these, and so this is what I'm choosing to do with my scraps. So just a reminder, I think sometimes when we do things like this, it can feel really counterproductive or silly because we're just one person. But again, I bought the paper because I actually bought printer paper, and I don't want to throw that away. So I am very intentional a lot of the times, not all the time, but most of the time. I hold on to stuff a little bit longer than I need to, not in like a hoarding sense. Eventually I get rid of it or use it. But I know I'm going to be doing a paper making workshop. And I think I'm going to incorporate seeds into that workshop. Like maybe we'll make flower paper that we can plant. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe it could be a fun Earth Day activity because it is rooted in recycling and sustainability. But don't ever think that your efforts are silly, right? I'm getting that Mumford and Sons song, White Blank Page. But that's like a lot of paper. It's actually a majority of the paper that I would cut and throw away, since I'm cutting them out so tiny. So we're going to reuse it. And I think my efforts are great because now I'm going to take this and turn it into not only a paper making activity, but also a community space, a space of education, sustainability, learning, recycling. Okay, so just wanted to get on here and remind you that while it seems silly sometimes, it's not. Think about the way you move and think about the things you do. And yeah, I'm happy I have these buckets too. I recycle these. We have these everywhere. And eventually those get thrown away too, but not before they get a lot of use out of them. And they usually only get thrown away because the dogs either chew them up or Niall breaks them. If it were up to me and I was living alone, which is a foreign dream, they would stay well, right? And I would probably have 1 gallon. My son is the one that eats the ice cream, not me. But we have a lot of these. So just want to remind you, even though the corporations and the evil powers that be are doing what they're doing, our conscience can remain clear when we are more sustainable and intentional about the things that we do, and the way that we move. Okay? Nothing is too silly. That doesn't mean that you need to not enjoy life, but again, when we move in a way that's more mutually beneficial, it leaves us it gives us I don't know, what would this, I don't think there's a word for this. I'm getting the word pride, but pride has such a negative, egotistical connotation. So I'm thinking more of your ability to be, you know, like your conscience clear kind of pride. Not like I'm the best kind of pride, but just like I know that I did all of these things to initiate a better outcome for not only myself, but again, these scraps are going to be a workshop, okay? And then think about that too. Even if no one comes to my workshop, I will still have paper pulp. All right, have a good one.